Hey y'all, it is me. Tishan, also known as Nine Coins here on YouTube. And thanks for tuning in for another video. I have soul cards here because I have been working on a project that probably everyone has done before me, so I'm a little late to the party, but I started selecting soul cards from both Soul Cards 1 and Soul Cards 2 to create my own tarot deck. So each deck comes with 60 cards, so a total of 120. So basically I'm taking 78 cards out of that deck and creating my own tarot with it. A lot of folks have done this, and I just want to share what I've gotten so far. I only have here the major arcana. The activity became very tedious after a while, so I couldn't do it all in one sitting, but I hope to gradually complete the deck and maybe show you my progress along the way. So what I did to like not overwhelm myself was I went from card to card. So let's say I started from the Fool, and then I would go through both decks and selected all the cards that I thought would match the Fool energy. And I would take those cards, and then from those small batch of cards, I would select the best representing Fool card. And I did that with each subsequent card. So it was very long, but it really helped me like keep track of like what I was doing and what cards I was selecting, and like it was actually a very thorough way for me to do it. So I was glad I chose that. So yeah, let me show you what I have. Okay, so this is the Fool for me that I chose. And I chose it because it looks like someone is jumping into a portal, like the start of, story, kind of like Alice in Wonderland going through the rabbit hole and things like that. So I just thought that was a cool way to represent the start of a journey. The Magician, I chose this. Now I'm looking at it, this looks like a sword, but then I was thinking about how the Magician uses all these tools, how the strokes of the paint look like they're manifesting something or conjuring something, and so I thought that was a cool Magician. It could also have been like a King of Swords, I don't know. Too late. Here I chose the High Priestess, and I guess what I took from this image is the concept of arcane knowledge, the concept of esoteric knowledge. So you have the leaf prints connecting to nature and the forces of nature, and then you have like the redness, which reminds me of blood. So thinking about like those kind of mysterious practices that a high priestess probably would be maybe engaged in, and so you have the light radiating from their hands there. I chose this card for the Empress. I just like the fullness of the body of the woman, or who I believe is a woman or a womanly figure in this picture, and the way that this color is kind of like stroking upward. It reminds me of creation or manifestation, and so when I think of the Empress, which is my soul card, I think of creation, and so I thought that was a cool way to depict it. And I like the colors too, how they're very cool, like cool toned, because here we have the Emperor, which is the opposite, very warm. And so I chose this one because this is a tough one, but I ultimately chose this card for the Emperor because I like the big head, because it reminds me of ego, the idea of ego. And then here reminds me of like this really rigid power, just the sharpness of what's coming out of his hands. And of course the redness representing that fire energy. So yeah. Oh wait, no, sorry. The Hierophant, yes. I chose this one for the Hierophant because it was tough, because I was trying to figure out what type of Hierophant I wanted to represent in my deck. There's a lot of tarot that denote the Hierophant as kind of a more towards a negative energy of like religion, religion, tradition, that type of convention in a negative way. And then there's other tarots that represent the Hierophant as mentor, teacher, you know, so something a little bit more benevolent. And so I guess I tried to find something in the middle. So here with the hands kind of reaching outward, it's kind of welcoming in that this is what is familiar to us. And so, but also the face looks like someone who's very sage like energy. And so yeah, so I tried to find a balance between both of those energies. The Lovers. So the Lovers was pretty simple for me. I liked how these two people do look like lovers and that they're connected, but because they're facing outward, it still denotes also like a significance of choice too, because they're both facing like different directions. And I have Strength. Oh no, sorry. I have the Chariot. The Chariot, for obvious reasons. It's on like a horse or maybe a Pegasus, and there's a lot of movement depicted here. And so yeah, Chariot. And here I have Strength. So you have your beastie here, and you have the person who has it all under control and also is really not trying to overpower the beast, you know, and I like that. I like seeing depictions of strength where they're like really just chilling and in tune with the beast, with the bestiality of it, instead of trying to like confine it, you know. So here I have the Hermit. The Hermit was tough. There was a card that is obviously Hermit in that it was like an old man carrying a lantern, but I think I wanted to like find like, I wanted to think of the Hermit as a person who is going their own way into a path of enlightenment, which I guess that's why this image stuck to me, because it seemed like maybe a Buddhist monk or something, or a saint or something, kind of going out, and the green representing a forest or woods or something like that. So, and also that the light is coming from them, so the light is not separate from them, but it's within them. This was tough. So I chose this for Wheel of Fortune because of the circular nature of it. And I tried to think of the Wheel of Fortune or fate as like, if it was as an entity, like how would it be depicted? And thinking about how it's always moving and moving and moving. So I kind of like went with that. Yeah, I went with that imagery. Here I have Justice, and I chose this for Justice because I like the calm nature of it. It almost reminds me that, you know, everything is taken care of, right? So we think about karma when we think about setting wrongs to right, when we think about spiritual balance or life balance, the balance of forces. Like, it gives me a very calm and reassuring feeling here. And then also with their hand reaching, you know, pointing up, and then a hand from the ether coming down, it's almost like a matching, a balancing of forces between earth and between spirit. So yeah, I like that. Hanged Man, just someone who feels a little bit caught in the ether there, sitting down in a period of thought. Death. I was sad that I had to choose this card, but it was like the best card that I could find, but it was also the most obvious, and I wanted to find something that was like a little bit more abstract, but like, here we are. Temperance. So Temperance, I basically the joining of forces, almost like thinking about it in terms of alchemy. So you have your blue and your red kind of coming together, and there's like this symmetry here, which I liked. This I chose for the Devil, because you have the two people that are caught, and they're caught in a very interesting way. So instead of chains, they're caught by being, their eyes are shielded. And so it's like, what is this entity trying to hide from you? What do you not understand or notice about yourself? What is blinding you right now? What's getting in the way? The Tower, I just wanted something that would like freak you out. And it seems like this kind of wind tunnel that it kind of pulls everything in and you get scared and you don't know where it's going, but it's also a portal. And so it's like kind of leading you to somewhere new, like to a new chapter. But because there's this level of uncertainty, there's a scariness about it. Hope, or to the star, which is hope, just someone who's kind of looking up at the sky. And I like how the light is emanating from them, because I think that's where the hope has to come from. It has to come from within. Moon, nothing much to say here. Just a moon, and there's almost like a protectedness, like someone is watching over the moon. So someone is a keeper of a certain knowledge. And then the sun. So we have like a yellow entity in the sky smiling. And then also too, I like how there's paint strokes leading up to the sun. So it's almost like the happiness, the joy is coming from you, coming from within, and it's being manifested throughout. Judgments, I chose because like it's almost like meeting your higher self, you know? And it's almost like this could be also like the angel figure in the traditional Smith-Waite. And this could be the person rising from the dead. Like you can look at it either way, but I like to look at him as you facing your higher self and you answering the call of your higher self. And the world. So someone who is like, you know, all powerful, all magnificent, all seeing with this like radiating third eye, and you know, all is right. This is like the final form. So I guess this is why I chose the world. Yeah. So like, it was interesting though, because like the first few cards I chose from the first deck, not on purpose, right? It just happened that way. And I was like, wow, there must be something in Debra Koff Chapin's first deck. Like, did she create these illustrations based on the Arcana? You know, like I'm curious. But eventually I started choosing ones from the second deck, which you can see here in red. So yeah, so I will continue working on this. I'll probably do a video like going, covering each suit from here on out and seeing what I get, you know? And also too, something that I've been thinking about is like, do I want to add titles? You know, do I want to add titles? Like, because I love the idea of soul cards having no titles at all and being able to use them as oracles in that way. But yeah, like I'm curious to see how that works. Let me know what you think. And also let me know if like you've done this project before and if you've come up with cards that are different or cards that were the same. I'm really interested in seeing how people understand and interpret these cards for themselves as well. So yeah, so that's all I have today. Thank you for taking a listen or taking a watch or taking, you know, I don't know. Thank you for being here. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you want to comment, leave a comment. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe too. And in the meantime, I will see you next time. Have a good week. Bye-bye.